Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video. Now, as you can probably tell from the title of this video, I am not in my car. And that's because my car has gone into Audi to have some minor warranty work done. A few bits and pieces I'd noticed over the past 3 months that weren't as they should have been. So the bonnet wasn't closing, wasn't catching properly. The driver's side puddle light was missing. It's not a big deal, but it was really messing with my OCD. And the main reason it's gone in is because the brakes are squeaking like crazy. Very annoying. Nobody wants to drive a car that has squeaky brakes. And also my car just sounds like a shitter whenever I brake. People are looking around for an Audi 80 and then they see me in my RS3 and it just doesn't make sense. So the brakes are being looked into, and because it's with Audi, they have given me the SQ5 as a courtesy car, which is why we're in it. Now, this is by no means going to be a comprehensive review of this car because I only picked it up this morning. I drove to work, it's been there all day, and I've driven it back home this evening, and it's currently 7:10, and you joined me. Fucking hell, there's a cyclist. And you joined me this evening driving to KFC. So this is going to be a great review. So, a few things. Firstly, any negatives I speak about I would take with a pinch of salt because I've only been driving the car for a few hours. Now, I'm going to try my best not to compare the car to my car because that would be very unfair given that they're very different cars. They serve very different purposes. But to start with a negative, unfortunately, the main thing that I have noticed about this car is the turbo lag is intense. It's a good few seconds in some cases. I've been driving down country lanes this evening on my way back home because it's very hilly. This isn't the car you would necessarily chuck into corners. It's just really annoyed me. The turbo lag is annoying, and also I noticed it at its worst this morning. Trying to reverse this car up a hill, it was like I was driving a manual for the first time all over again. Everybody remembers what it was like trying to do a reverse park the first time. Bloody nightmare. This car, it felt similar. And another negative, and this isn't an assassination of the SQ5, but something else I have noticed as well is cornering. It's very numb. Now, I would expect that to a degree given that it's a much bigger car. However, this is meant to be the sporty version. This is an SQ5. So I would have hoped for at least some feel in the cornering. I'm currently in dynamic. And for those of you who own Audis will know that dynamic also makes the steering heavier. This hasn't really changed anything, to be honest. It's still like, there's a delay almost. The corners are just very numb. And I know that it's not going to be as precise as a much smaller car, but this makes me ask a much broader question, which is, where does this car fit in? Because it's very sporty in a straight line, and that's about it. That's it. Cornering, no. Sound, not really. So where does it fit in? If I were going to buy a Q5, I would probably buy just a diesel Q5 because you get the space and all the positives, which I'm going to speak about in a moment, of this car, without having to pay that premium for them because of the SQ5. That's that premium they put on their S cars. I just don't see why anybody would. This is not a Range Rover SVR, for example. It's an Audi SQ5, and I know there's a big difference in the price bracket, but not really. You could probably get a used SVR for the same price as one of these costs new, especially if you start speccing up a few of the options that this car has, one of which is the panoramic sunroof, and that is going to be our first positive. The panoramic sunroof is a very nice touch. It's very cool. I wish I had specced it on my car, or at least I wish my car had come with the sunroof, because not only would it make filming easier because I could mount my camera to the roof. It also just, I don't know, there's just something about pano sunroofs that just make a car feel nicer inside. Which transitions us to our next positive, which is the interior. This car is very, very nice inside. Quality wise, it's everything we would expect from an Audi, but layout, it's just nice. That's the only way I can explain it. Nice. Everything is easy to get to, everything is easy to navigate. This has Audi's up-to-date MMI as well, which again is really easy to navigate around. And it also has this really nice big screen, which is very wide. It's fixed, so you can't hide it. Can't fold it away, but it's very nice. It's a higher resolution than the screen in my car, so everything on it looks a little bit nicer as well. It also has Apple CarPlay enabled. Oh shit, we're in neutral. That's why we're just rolling. So yeah, screen is very nice. Oops, are we gonna make it? There we go. It's very easy to park. It also has a reverse camera, which is a fucking lifesaver in a car this big. Not necessarily super long, but very, very wide. And that makes it a little harder to park. Now, I need to run into KFC, so I'm going to take a really big risk and leave my camera in the car. Thankfully, KFC is just there, but I'm going to resume recording. Okay, KFC acquired. We're back in the car. I've got to try and remember now what positives I was speaking about. The interior in this car, it has the aluminium, which means that you also get the mood lighting inside. Oh, I need to turn the aircon off. Don't want the KFC to get cold. There's an RS3. Oh no, it's just an S3. No biggie. Just joking, just joking. There are days, believe it or not, where I actually miss my S3. Yeah, bless it. I wonder where it is now. I always think that about cars I've owned. Where are they now? You know, is my S3 now in Glasgow being enjoyed by somebody up there? Anyway, the other positive is the car is a very nice car to look at, apart from the rear. I've got a bit of an issue with the rear because of those fake exhaust pipes. They're made to look sporty, but they're just plastic, which doesn't really do it for me. But from the front, the car is very nice. This particular car has matrix LED headlights as well, which again just adds to how it looks. I believe as well this car has upgraded wheels. I'm not sure because I wasn't given a spec sheet, but they're quite big. It does have red brake calipers. I'm not really sure of the point of that, but you know, I would say it looks nicer. Doesn't really make that much of a difference, to be honest, but they are red. And yeah, you know, overall it's not a bad car to be in. You know, like, it's easy to drive, it's a comfortable place to be in, but would I buy one? Probably not. And that's personal choice based on, if I were going to buy a bigger car, I would want a bigger car, so I would probably buy a Q7. Again, not sure of where the kind of sporty element fits in, and I do think that with Audi's SQ5 and SQ7, there are bigger cars, sorry, not bigger, there are cars of the same size that have kind of hit the sporty element. They've done it better. The X5M is one of them. Range Rover SVR is another. And then Mercedes. They have nailed it. So, I'm not really sure I'm not sure I get this. But, if it were a daily car, like just a regular Q5, not necessarily an SQ5, just Q5, family wagon to get around, I think it would be an ideal lineup. Because, you know, getting in this is much higher. I'm getting old, so it's easier for me to get in and out of. And you know, it is more comfortable in a sense that it's not as bumpy as my car, and you know, if we were talking purely about comfort, this of course wins. And I said I wasn't going to compare cars, but I'm comparing cars, so there we go. It always comes back to my car, you see. Just can never stay on topic. But yeah, I don't know how much use this video is going to be. Like I said, everything that I've said about this car should be taken with a pinch of salt, because I really haven't had it long at all. My initial thoughts are very nice car to be in, nice car to drive, a little bit dull in the corners, only really sporty in a straight line. Would I buy one? Probably not. That summarises this video into half a second. So if you've made it this far, I apologise that you had to endure all of that just to get to this point. But what I am going to attach to the end of this video, just before we wrap it up, is I'm going to take you back to yesterday, because yesterday was bank holiday. The weather was great, and I headed over to the Sharnbrook Hotel to attend the petrol hedonism. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. I really apologise if I've butchered that, but Yanni was there. It was a great car event. There was some amazing cars. I've got some B-roll, I'll include it now. For a great cause, so I'll leave the link to Rays of Sunshine's website in the description, and that will wrap this video up. So do hang around for the B-roll to see some really impressive cars, and until the next video, thank you very much for watching. Please do like, comment, and do subscribe to my channel if you want to stay in touch with progress on my car, and until my next video, peace. KFC smells so good. I'm meant to be on a diet, trying to watch what I eat more, but KFC is, you know, just gets me. It's my Achilles heel. I can't turn down a good KFC. I always get the same thing. Well, back in the day it used to be a two-piece variety meal. If I was feeling particularly famished, it would be a three-piece variety meal. But now it's the Mighty Bucket every time. Boom, Mighty Bucket please. Large. Don't really care about the drink. Of all fast foods, KFC is probably my favourite, and I've had KFC in some really weird places. The strangest of which was in the Netherlands. I stopped in a service station. The KFC was attached to a hotel, because why not? And they did actual nuggets, and so not popcorn chicken, actual KFC skin chicken nuggets. The fucking dream. I felt like coming back to the UK and writing a letter requesting that to be added to the menu. They were beastly.